Hello, my fellow schizotypals. What up, doe? Did you hear that noise? And welcome back to Highlight with Carlisle Fletcher. This is episode 22. We are your source for weed science, psychedelic science, classic lit, and independent music. If you have a lead on any of those things, please send them over. If you enjoy the show, like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff. You have any questions about psychedelics or weed, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. Otherwise, you got any suggestions from Russian literature pre-1900, literature pre-1900? That's kind of my zone. Preferably so either classic literary texts, so the Tao Te Ching or the Vedas. I'd be down to explore that, but not so much to explore like St. Thomas Aquinas. So that sort of antiquity and then modernism. Nothing after or in between is kind of my zone. And then independent music, please send over content. Please just highlightpodcast@gmail.com. Just hit us up and I'll try to get into the show because I just really love, showing people's work. Anyways, let's get into it. Had to reshoot this episode because the GoPro still ain't working, but you can see what's going on with that on the other channel. So let's see. No, I need this one. Give me the video. Oh my god. I feel fully boomed. Anyways, look at this beautiful city. Really though, look at this beautiful city. This is Detroit. And most people wouldn't. I mean, maybe people would recognize it, but when you look at this, this was once the richest city in the world. And it doesn't really look much compared to like your New York or your Tokyo, because it's just there. Like you don't really see like a sprawling like skyscraper land. But what you're seeing, I'm pretty sure that this one would be Woodward. This would be Woodward. That'd be Michigan. And Gratiot would be going this way. And then you see like this waterfront here, right? And you see these like yachts that are hanging out. And what you're looking at is like a city that is built and makes sense. Like here is when I was talking about like that castle. Here's the castle. And it's in the center of the traffic, It's centralized to the traffic. So, like, this is the center. And then, neighborhoods kind of sprawl out from that. So when we're talking about streetcar suburbs, it's like the streetcar just goes along this, right? So this is downtown. And you get up, and then you get out of that, and then you start getting into, North End. And then it's like the streetcar can easily just cover this distance, and you just walk to your house, or you walk to your house, or you walk to your house. There's these things that are very easily built up and incorporated into each other because they're, you can walk this. I have walked this. I used to live up in North End, and I would walk down to Avalon, so, literally down here. And this walk is, only, 2 miles or so. It's very manageable. And I think that it's this makes sense. This is a beautiful city. It makes a lot of sense. Look at this waterfront, dude. I'd do anything just to fucking hang out here for a day and see what was going on. But then, look at the modern picture. And that's Detroit. So we were looking at this before. Now we're looking at this. So you can see, there is sort of the same structure where it's this is Woodward, here's Michigan. That would be Fort. I think this is... Should that be Gratiot? I'm pretty sure that's Gratiot. But and now that's the same downtown, but that waterfront just don't look the same. You got the GM fuck off buildings. You got all these highways that are just cutting up everything in the city. Look at this. Look, there's not only is there a highway underpass here, but you got another one coming in here. So it's you not only do you need to get through downtown, you also got to get into downtown, and then you got all these local ways of getting out and in, and it's a clusterfuck now. Whereas Before, this makes way more sense. You got this sort of design that's just, it's a gridded city that comes out of this wheel. You got the wheel, and the wheel goes out, and then you got the grid that falls out from that, and it makes a lot of sense. So it's just I don't know. I just wanted to highlight this just to show what did we invest in. Look, sports stadium, highway. Why do we have these things? Well, you're seeing less houses and you're seeing less churches. And holy fuck. But you're seeing less churches and you're seeing less things like that because, it's not where people live. It's where people from the exurbs and the car-dependent suburbs drive into town along these highways and then go to these fuck-off stadiums and then leave. And, that's why it doesn't look like this anymore, but it looks like this. And then if you look at, the aerial view, it's going to be, a lot more depressing. I'm not even trying to look at ruins porn, so I'm just showing you know, what it could be, you know. I don't know. That's why it's like frustrating. It's like there's so much potential. It's like just build things easily, build things from the ground up. That's like what I would get. That's where I'm like frustrated with architecture. Is just that it's like the solutions aren't like some calculus magical like fucking what could we possibly do. It's like just do better. Just design safe neighborhoods that people are motivated to take care of. Reward people for taking care of shit. Where it's like, I mean, pay people $2 per pound of trash. You know, so it's like if they're going out into a park, just have like a weight system there and pay them like $2 per pound of trash, and people will be making a fucking living off of it. You know, so it's just I don't know. There's like simple things that you could do to incentivize people, but I don't know. It just gripes with America where it's like we had it, we had it. I live in the bones of this. I live in the ashes of this development. You know, this structure. And I still love it. You know, like the foundation of Detroit is so good that there's still a worthwhile city, even though it's had so much decay and so much mismanagement and so much, you know, neglect. Anyways, on to a natural segue. There was a study done on people who do coke and people who do blow and draw. So people who do cocaine and people who do weed, you know, and people who do them together. And what they found is that those who smoke weed and snort cocaine have worse sleep. Yeah, it was a very useful study. Recently, there was a question on the Senate floor about how much money is spent on researching, and I mean, it's interesting. Anyways, I just... but anyways, on sleep. So, what they're finding here is we're just like reviewing sleep, and this is another genetic study, and they did genetic correlations between sleep deficits and cannabis use behavior. Sleep deficit polygenic risk score and their estimated ability to predict cannabis use. Yeah, I have a bad digestion. But so significant genetic correlation between lifetime cannabis use and evening chronotype, as well as CUD in both short sleep duration and insomnia. Insomnia predicted earlier age of first cannabis use and increased lifetime CUD symptom count. So cannabis use is both associated with sleep deficit and eveningness chronotype, is suggesting that there are genes that predispose individuals to cannabis use and sleep deficits, which further just builds up the argument that it's like, I do think that there are people where it's like, so like the unfortunate thing about genetics is that not everybody is tabula rasa. Not everybody starts out on the same like playing field. Obviously, we have people who are born without the same amount of limbs. We have people who are born with a different, you know, cognitive capability, and so we help out these individuals because we understand that it's not really their choice or their fault. So when it's like you're looking at other genetic predispositions where it's like particularly with addiction or like asocial behavior or like all these things, it's like the reason why it's important to have this conversation is that it's like, well, it might not just be simply that Satan is devil weed, or sorry, simply that weed is, you know, Satan weed, and it's just like a plant that fucking makes everybody terrible. It could be that really troubled individuals are attracted to this substance, and yeah, there's going to be a correlation between troubled individuals using and relying on the substance, but it might actually be to cope with larger issues, such as an inability to sleep, such as an inability to, like, you know, calm down and things like that. And here's another one. So this is a hodgepodge of words, but endogenous cannabinoid signaling is widespread throughout the body. This is a question by these guys, but it does have rhythm in 2010. The daily seasonal cycles of the relationship of the Earth and Sun prevalently affect the terrestrial environment. Terrestrial species have adapted to these cycles in many ways. Most well-studied are circadian rhythm and hibernation. The point of this review is to examine literature for the supportive three hypothesis. Endocannabinoid exhibits brain-specific circadian rhythms. Endocannabinoid signaling modulates the rhythm of circadian processes in mammals, and changes in endocannabinoid signaling that contribute to the state of hibernation. The result of two novel studies are presented. Finally, we report the study of healthy humans demonstrate that plasma concentration in the endocannabinoid and anandamide exhibit a circadian rhythm. So that's what I wanted to get, was that anandamide is directly connected in certain, like it has been connected before in research that anandamide is correlated with sleep function and functionality. So I wanted to highlight that because you have the genetic predisposition, and then you also have anandamide affecting sleep cycles. And we've talked about how anandamide was actually how they found anandamide through THC and the ECS. You know, so it's like this is the idea of, it's like, yeah, if people are already, like, I started having sleep issues when I was like 2 or 3. I remember it because my mom would always bitch about it when she was alive. That. All right, that was a little bit too much information at once, but sorry. But the point is that I've always had sleep issues. No, my sleep issues are not from weed. If I'm sober, I will be up for like 3 days. Actually, in my experience, anecdotal again, but in my experience, cannabis is the only time I've been getting 8 hours of sleep a day. Only time in my life this has ever worked out, because I've always stayed up 4 days. I have a hyper-focused tendency, especially when I'm manic. That's just like, you know, it's like, I'm going to show you later. That's like, I just played fucking, 12 hours of Minecraft in fucking 2 days. But it is like, you know, it's just that's how my brain works. So it's like, it's only with the presence of something like weed where I get limited enough that I can actually shut down and do stuff. And I see, like, you know, I conceive of days right. I also kind of want to highlight the conversation where it's like, I feel the same way about smoking weed as I would about taking my meds, you know, because it's like, it's not all the time that you want to be subdued, and it's not all the time that you want to go down, but like, it's good for you. It's good for you to sleep and all that. Fuck you. All right, the point of this one was that you had veterans with ADHD symptoms, and sleep disturbance was the most salient motive for cannabis use. And then, like, negative affect was also, so, like, you know, lack of emotionality was another thing that they were into. Come on, gimme. No. Cool. So that's just this study. But yeah, that's what I was looking for. Is that sleep disturbance was what they were going for. And then this is by some company. It was funded by a company, but they found that with a THC CBN, I think it was, but they saw an average of 20 minutes longer per night and a 22% increase in restfulness. I'm moving on from that because, again, it seems very tied in with financial interest, you know, like just with the people who are selling the product. But still interesting that they had it. And this is another study just to show you that, yes, anandamide is directly related to mediating sleep through the CB1 receptor. So I just wanted to just put all that up there because, again, like when we're talking about the holistic treatment of mental illness and the holistic potential of cannabis, it's like, yes, sleep is so important because, as we reviewed, sleep literally can cause a lack of sleep can cause hallucinations, visual or auditory. It causes paranoia. It causes, like, you know, like a social rhythm dysfunctioning. It does all these things. It predicts manic or psychotic episodes. Like, it has, like, when you're looking at sleep disturbance, it is one of the biggest issues where I'd say, like, if you're trying to address humans' issues, I would start with sleep, and then I'd go into diet, and then I'd go with removing sugar, and then I'd go with exercise, like mild exercise, not working out, like walking and being able to do like 10 pull-ups. And then I'd go with social functioning, and then I'd go with hobbies. Like, that would be my roadmap to trying to just any average person trying to improve their life and get them to a happier place. So that's why I'm such a proponent of weed, is that, like, it's not like it's like, hey man, you're like, opens your third eye, bro, and like, it's just like super esoteric wisdom. Like, no, it's not that at all. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't believe that, but it might help you sleep every day. If you're like me, and you're just fucked in the brain, and you'd stay up since you were 4 for like 5 days at a time, yeah, maybe weed is something that could be good for your life. Also, it's like, for me, it's like, not to get too, I mean, it's like weird because there's like a personal level, there's also the professional level. But in my personal experience, having a lot of frustration where it just feels like you want to rip out of your skin, or you just like want to like just drag your face in concrete, weed helps with that. It helps with that irritability and that, like, you know, stuff, because it's like, well, weed drains you and it makes you less than it. And it's like, some people need that, bro. You know, it's like I can be productive on weed. I can also be productive sober, but, like, bro, I am a fucking asshole. I'm a dickhead. I'm the worst. I'm like just a fucking bully sober. I'm a very Because it's like, bro, I just have migraines every day. How are you not gonna be a dickhead if your head's hurting? You know, where it's just like patience goes down. If like everything is just a pain stimuli, then that's how you react to the world. So it's like having something that like just slows things down, turns color up a little bit, and just like gives you like a little bit more of a pillow. All of a sudden, I'm not as irritable. All of a sudden, I can have conversations like that. I pass as like a really well adapted person. You know, it's funny to talk to conservatives and like people who are. I don't want to scapegoat anybody, so I don't even mean that. But like anybody who's just like reactionary on cannabis, and it's like funny because they love me, and it's like they think I'm a very articulate, respectable person with good morals, and it's like I only achieved that through the use of this substance. So I don't know what to tell you, Chief, but sleep's important, eating is important, social functioning is important. So if you have cannabis, it's like it's more likely to have you exercising. In my experience, people who are serious about weed and don't do other drugs are also more serious about eating. They also care about more like, you know, organic things and like not having as many substances, be exposed to as many. And like when you look at like, you know, what's the major risk factor? What are we terrified of when we're dealing with a schizophrenic, when we're dealing with somebody who's bipolar, when we're dealing with an autistic person, when we're dealing with etc. It's like what we're really worried about with like schizotypals is like we're worried about like social dysfunction. We're worried about people either dropping out of society or going against society. Those are like the big two concerns, because they're just that somebody who no longer wants to be part of humanity or somebody who hates humanity. And when you look at what weed does, it's like if it takes somebody who's like really resentful. So it's like, let's say like incels were labeled a major terror threat. So it's like, well, what's the issue with incels? I'm gonna guess that these people don't have great hygiene, by and large. I'm gonna guess they don't do much to improve themselves. I'm gonna guess they don't know much, and I'm gonna guess that they don't, you know, like invest in themselves. And that's when you step in with cannabis, where it's like, okay, so let's start smoking dope, let's start drinking water, let's start going on walks, let's start like, you know, working out, let's start like trying to refine and improve our lives, you know. Let's start trying to do that. And it's like, that's how you really address those sorts of issues. You don't like just like go to an incel and be like, you little fucking piece of shit. What, you think that you're so deserving of sex, you pathetic worm? You think that women owe you anything? How the fuck do you get off? I'm sick of getting off like this. What the fuck's going on? You're like, no, that's not, they're gonna, that's how you make them do worse things. What you need to do with this person is you need to be like, hey, Kevin, listen, I get it. I know. Life's tough, man. Being a human's tough. I know, but you're like you're like 22 now. So like, let's just, I mean, like, bro, like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a little heavy, but I'm just gonna say like maybe we should at least get like some deodorant going, or like, you know, it's like even if they're too thin, it's like, bro, like maybe like we just, you know, like walk a little, just like tone up. And then it's also like maybe we should be reading, or like maybe, I don't know, man, like let's work on like some mopeds, or let's like start building like desks or something. You know, it's like getting invested in society, I think, is essentially a panacea. Because it's like that's how you get an incel back. That's how you get a schizophrenic to talk. Because of like autistic people need attention, but schizophrenic people need context, you know? So it's like they need a system of language to relate to their fellow people. You give them something that makes sense, where it's just like, yeah, dude, I make fucking wax figures. That's my fucking life, you know? Don't talk to me about my personal life, but if you want a wax figure of Angela Merkel, I fucking got you. I got you. That's my life. You know, I can do Elvis. I'll get you Elvis tomorrow. You know, it's like, is that like that? It allows them to have that firm footing in something that gives them agency. So that's why it's like these holistic approaches, I think, are so much more important, because they address the issue that is your life. They don't address the issue that is you. You're not an issue. Your lifestyle might be. God might have given you a tough chance, like but like, you know. Whew. Build walkable cities. Again, if you're going to criminalize cannabis use while driving, make it so people don't have to fucking drive. But another thing about it is that like, so in Michigan, we have been pretty good about this, where if you use cannabis and, you know, they do a breathalyzer and it comes up, it doesn't really matter, because like the body as a container of cannabis doesn't really make sense, because like I smoke every day. I'm going to residually test positive. There's no way I'm not going to test positive for cannabis. I smoke every fucking day. Meanwhile, it's like I'm not going to be high at all on like the legal limit versus like somebody who's like taking like one little hit for the first time in their life and they like barely test positive, but they're high as fuck because they're not used to it and they have no tolerance. So it's just like it's too subjective a measure, and that's where it's just like criminalizing this behavior is sort of, I think, silly and antithetical to the American spirit. Jesus, sorry. I'm going to blame it on hay fever. I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to blame it on hay fever. Because other people do, so. I assume that's allergies, but just like said in a fucking Euro way. Anyways, yeah, that's what we got. We're going to try to, I want to start branching into interviews soon. So don't worry about that. So, next, this is coming up. We're going to finish off with Adventure Through Thoughts. But, also... also, it's not too big now. So, I'm gonna show you StoneBrick rock for real now. So we're just gonna try this one out. I'm gonna hold shift because I just feel like I might fall. Cool. So that's StoneBrick rock just loading in. Look at that. Look at that. We got commuter rail. We got 2 different lines on our commuter rail. We got this neighborhood coming up, but I just wanted to stop by and just look at this. Let's see if that queues up nicely. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So we'll just do that and we'll just leave that there. Cool. So nice. And I think I left it on peaceful, so that when I'm recording, nothing will just attack me and kick me off my fucking tower. Anyways, where were we? We were right there. How much does a sentence run? Asked the explorer. This is in the penal colony. We were somewhere in it. We're just going to keep reading it. I don't really care to explain. It's by Kafka. You don't know that either? Said the officer in amazement and bit his lips. Forgive me if my explanations seem rather incoherent. I do beg your pardon. You see, the commandant always used to do the explaining, but the new commandant shirks this duty. So we already read that. The commandant's own drawings? Asked the explorer. Did he combine everything in himself, then? Was he a soldier? Yeah, we did that. And he learns it on his body. Okay, the officer realized that he was in danger of having his exposition of the apparatus held up for a long time, so he went up to the explorer, took him by the arm, waved his hand towards the condemned man. He was standing very straight now that he had so obviously become the center of attention. The soldier had also given the chain a jerk, and said, "This is how the matter stands. I had been appointed judge in this penal colony, despite my youth, for I was the former commandant's assistant in all penal matters and know more about the apparatus than anyone. My guiding principle is this: guilt is to never be doubted. Other courts cannot follow that principle, for they consist of several opinions and have higher courts to scrutinize them. That is not the case here, or at least it was not the case in the former commandant's time. The new man has certainly shown some inclination to interfere with my judgments, but so far I have succeeded in fending him off and will go on succeeding. You wanted to have the case explained. It is quite simple, like all of them. A captain reported to me that this morning that this man, who has been assigned to him as a servant and sleeps before his door, had been asleep on the duty. It is his duty, you see, to get up every time the hour strikes and salute the captain's door. Not an exacting duty, and very necessary, since he has to be a sentry as well as a servant, and must be alert in both functions. Last night the captain wanted to see if the man was doing his duty. He opened the door as the clock struck 2, and there was the man curled up asleep. He took his riding whip and lashed him across the face. Instead of getting up and begging pardon, the man caught hold of his master's legs, shook him and cried, "Throw that whip away or I'll eat you alive." That's the evidence. The captain came to me about an hour ago. I wrote it down in his statement and appended the sentence to it. Then I had the man put in chains. This was all quite simple. If I had called the man before me and interrogated him, things would have gotten into a confused tangle. He would have told lies, and had I exposed these lies, he would have backed them up with more lies, and so on and so forth. As it is, I've got him, and I won't let go. Is that quite clear now? But we're wasting time. The execution should be beginning, and I haven't finished explaining the apparatus yet. He pressed the explorer back into his chair, went up into the apparatus, and began. As you see, the shape of the harrow corresponds to the human form. Here is the harrow for the torso. Here are the harrows for the legs. For the head there is only this one small spike. Is that quite clear? He bent amiably forward towards the explorer, eager to provide the most comprehensive explanations. The explorer considered the harrow with a frown. The explanation of the judicial procedure had not satisfied him. He had to remind himself that this was in any case a penal colony where extraordinary measures were needed, and that military discipline might be enforced to the last. He also felt that some hope might be set on the new commandant, who was apparently of a mind to bring in, although gradually, a new kind of procedure which the officer's narrow mind was incapable of understanding. This train of thought prompted his next question. Will the commandant attend the execution? It is not certain, said the officer, wincing at the direct question, and his friendly expression darkened. That is why we have to lose no time. Much as I dislike it, I shall have to cut my explanation short. But of course tomorrow, when the apparatus has been cleaned, its one drawback is that it gets so messy. I can recapitulate all the details. For the present, only then the essentials. When the man lies down on the bed and it begins to vibrate, the harrow is lowered onto his body. It regulates itself automatically so that the needle barely touches the skin. Once contact is made, the steel ribbon stiffens immediately into a rigid band. And then the performance begins. An ignorant onlooker would see no difference between one punishment and another. The harrow appears to do its work with uniform regularity. As it quivers, its point pierces the skin of the body, which it is itself quivering from the vibration of the bed. So that the actual progress of the sentence can be watched, the harrow is made of glass. Getting the needles fixed in the glass was a technical problem, but after many experiments, we overcame the difficulty. No trouble was too great for us to take, you see. And now anyone can look through the glass and watch the inscription taking form on the body. Wouldn't you care to come a little nearer and have a look at the needles? The explorer got up slowly, walked across, and bent over the harrow. You see, said the officer, there are two kinds of needles arranged in multiple patterns. Each long needle has a short one besides it. The long needle does the writing, and the short needle sprays a jet of water to wash away the blood and keep the inscription clear. Blood and water together are then conducted here through small runnels into this main runnel, down a water pipe into a pit. With his fingers, the officer traced the exact course taken by the blood and water. To make the picture as vivid as possible, he held both hands onto the outlet of the waste pipe as if to catch the outflow. And when he did this, the explorer drew back his head and, feeling behind him with one hand, sought to return to his chair. To his horror, he found that the condemned man, too, had obeyed the officer's invitation to examine the harrow at close quarters and had followed him. He had pulled forward the sleepy soldier with the chain and was bending over the glass. One could see that his uncertain eyes were trying to perceive what the two gentlemen had been looking at, but since he had not understood the explanation, he could not make head or tail of it. He was peering this way and that way. He kept running his eyes along the glass. The explorer wanted to drive him away, since what he was doing was probably culpable, but the officer firmly restrained the explorer with one hand, and took the other took a clod of earth from the rampart and threw it at the soldier. He opened his eyes with a jerk, saw what the condemned man had dared to do, let his rifle fall, dug his heel into the ground, dragged the prisoner back so that he stumbled and fell immediately, and stood looking down at him, watching him struggle and rattle in his chains. "Set him on his feet!" yelled the officer, for he too noticed that the explorer's attention was being too distracted by the prisoner. In fact, he was even leaning right across the harrow, without taking any notice of it, intent only on finding out what was happening to the prisoner. "Be careful with him," cried the officer again. He ran around the apparatus, himself caught up in the condemned man under the shoulders. With the soldier's help, got him up on his feet, which kept slithering out from under him. My little fucking world, huh? Yeah, so I think it's interesting to have the next short story that we read after Gogol be Kafka, because you get this like real fucking smoothness of Gogol. There's this sort of like, the thing that I really like about the Silver Age of Russian literature is the effortlessness. It reads like running. It reads like like there's that thing where Pushkin wrote and rewrote Eugen Onegin 5 times, and there's that thing about that obsession with perfection, that obsession with quality, and that's where I think that's interesting with Kafka, where Kafka is kind of the opposite, where there is that refining. There's that, I don't know. But, so there is that work to continually write and rewrite and write and rewrite. But for him, I don't see it as for an audience, as I see it channeling. I think that Kafka truly did channel something outside of himself. And this is where I get into the irrational, where I do believe that literature is a conversation with something outside of oneself. And that's where it's like I do subscribe to the idea of genius as a spirit, not genius as a quality. Because I don't think that cleverness and genius are the same thing. That's where it's like I don't really care about IQ. Is that if IQ mattered, then everybody who tested highly could just save the fucking world. Cool. Almost done rolling this, and then we'll get back into that. But yeah, so the plan with StoneBrick Rock is to just urbanize all of that. Because to that railway, I basically just want to have like a dense neighborhood. Probably gonna build a main street off of it soon. So like these are just the chores that I have in my Minecraft world that I decided to share with you and let you take part in viewing. Cool. And we're rolled. Awesome. I hate... So, like, Shane Smith is a great comedian. But I hate talking about weed with other potheads, just like he hates talking about tattoos with other people who have tattoos. Because it is just like, they're like, oh man, I only roll this way, I only roll that, I only smoke woods, bro, I only smoke cones, man. I don't give a fuck. I smoke spliffs just out of habit at this point. I smoke spliffs because I don't want to smoke cigarettes, and I also want to spend less money on weed, and it accomplishes both, because it's like, I don't have any nicotine cravings because I smoke a light amount of tobacco, and yeah, whatever. Anyways, we were reading. Let's see Austin's. How's the audio on this? Yeah, so we're good on that. Yeah, music's off. Cool. Now I know all about it, said the explorer as the officer came back to him. All except the most important thing, he answered, seizing the explorer's arm and pointing upwards. In the designer are all the cogwheels that control the movement of the harrow, and this machinery is regulated according to the inscription demanded by the sentence. I am still using the guiding plans drawn by the former commandant. Here they are. He extracted some sheets from the leather wallet. But I'm sorry I can't let you handle them. They are my most precious possession. Just take a seat and I'll hold them in front of you like this, and you'll be able to see everything quite well. He set out the first piece of paper. And the explorer would have liked to say something appreciative, but he could see, all he could see was a labyrinth of lines crossing and recrossing each other, which covered the paper so thickly that it was difficult to discern the blank spaces between them. Read it, said the officer. I can't, said the explorer. Yet it's clear enough, said the officer. It's very ingenious. It's very ingenious, said the explorer evasively, but I can't make it out. Yes, said the officer with a laugh, putting away the paper again. It's no calligraphy for school children. It needs to be studied closely. I'm quite sure that in the end that you would understand it too. And of course, the script can't be a simple one. It's not supposed to kill a man straight off, but only after an interval on average of 12 hours. The turning point is reckoned to come at the 6th hour. So there have to be lots and lots of flourishes around the actual script. The script itself runs around the body only in a narrow girdle. The rest of the body is reserved for the embellishments. Can you appreciate now the work accomplished by the harrow and the whole apparatus? Just watch it. He ran up to the ladder, turned a wheel, called down, "Look out, keep to one side," and everything started working. If the wheel had not been creaked, it would have been marvelous. The officer, as if surprised by the noise of the wheel, shook his fist at it, then spread his arm in an excuse to the explorer, climbed down rapidly to peer at the working... Oh my god. Peer at the working of the machine from below. Something perceptible to no one save himself was still not in order. He clambered up again, did something with both hands in the interior of the designer, then slid down one of the rods instead of using the ladder so as to get down quicker. And with the full force of his lungs, to make himself heard in all the noise, yelled in the explorer's ear, "Can you follow it?" The harrow is beginning to write. And when it finishes the first draft of the inscription on the man's back, the layer of cotton wool begins to roll and slowly turns the body over to give the harrow fresh space for writing. Meanwhile, the raw part that has been written lies on the cotton wool, which is specially prepared to staunch the bleeding, and so makes all ready for a new deepening of the script. And then these teeth at the edge of the harrow, as the body turns around further, tear the cotton wool away from the wounds, throw it into a pit, and there is more work for the harrow. So it keeps writing deeper and deeper for the whole 12 hours. The first 6 of the condemned man stays alive almost as before. He suffers only pain. After 2 hours, the felt gag is taken away, for he no longer has strength to scream. Here, in this electrically heated basin at the head of the bed, some warm rice pap is poured, from which the man, if he feels like it, can take as much as his tongue can lap. Not one of them ever misses the chance. I can remember none, and my experience is extensive, so only about the 6th hour does the man lose all desire to eat. I usually kneel down here at this moment and observe what happens. The man rarely swallows his last mouthful. He only rolls it around his mouth and spits it into the pit. I have to duck just then, or he would spit in my face. But how quiet he grows at just about the 6th hour. Enlightenment comes to the most dull-witted. It begins around the eyes. There it radiates, a moment that might tempt one to get under the harrow oneself. Nothing more happens than that the man begins to understand the inscription. He purses his mouth as if he was listening. You have to see how difficult it is to decipher the script with one's eyes, but one man deciphers it with his wound. Our man deciphers it with his wounds. To be sure, that is a hard task. He needs 6 hours to accomplish it. By that time, the peril has pierced him quite through and cast him into the pit, where he pitches down upon the blood and water in the cotton wool. Then the judgment has been fulfilled, and we, the soldier, and I bury him. So, that's what I wanted to get out of that story, was that description of the harrow, because it's like a tattoo machine, which is fucking crazy. Also pretty much predicts the whole, the big bad that happened. Yeah, we got fucking time. But yeah. So, Kafka's also a fucking hell of a guy. What an atmosphere. That is terrifying. I've never been spooked by an atmosphere of like a movie or anything like that. Those guys are fucking crazy. I think that there is something too about literature where it's like this suspension of disbelief, but it still feels like real life. So it's like, that doesn't feel like something that couldn't happen. Sure, it's fiction, but it feels like next door, And especially with the time period of 1919, it does feel, it reads like real characters. It reads like where people were. A really fucking talented guy. I'm just smoking now because I haven't smoked most of the show, so. Anyways, onto my fucking StoneBrick rock. So, because we're on peaceful, we can do some stupid shit. But as you can see, this is a work in progress. We can do some stupid shit like this. Cool. Hello. So this is StoneBrick Rock. Here's the map that we have of it. I'm pretty proud of my little city development that we got going on. So this is Dreisel. This is the neighborhood that we're in right now. Greenville is this area. This is Piranha Fuck Zone. That's a farm, and here's our. We've got fucking a commuter rail. I just want to show this one off because I'm proud of it. I already hear a fucking zombie somewhere, but. So that's obviously a work in progress. There's the big ass fuck off tower. This is loud. Oh well. I don't know. It's only at 20%, so hopefully it's not louder than me, but I guess we'll just see in the recording. Slowly urbanizing. And then over here, it's gonna be like a little settlement over here. We're gonna have our, it's slowly urbanizing our whole world. There's bees over there, isn't that cool? Wow, we're in nature. And they're right by us. So this is like another river that I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, Minecraft is a fucking lifestyle, by the way. This shit never stops. Got this shit in middle school, and now this is my life, so. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the commuter rail. I like urban areas, obviously. My least favorite thing about Minecraft is starting out and feeling like you're in the middle, you're lost in the middle of the fucking woods. It's not my least favorite thing, but it's like, that's not cozy for me. Meanwhile, we got lights, you know? Is there somebody in my fucking house? That sounds like you're in my house. Are you upstairs? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy? You over there? You break into StoneBrick Rock, buddy? Guess so, not chill. And these people have a ceiling view, I guess. We could give them another floor. Okay. Okay. I don't even remember how I got up here, but that really sounds like you're in here. Are you in here? Hello? 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 Huh. I don't know. See, it like really sounds like you're in my fucking house. Even this house? Hello? I don't know. I'm lost in my own little city. But, so, anyways, let's just continue on the tour. Because I feel like that makes sense. Yeah, this is Dreisel. This is one of our premium neighborhoods. Because they have, like, this little garden here. That's just, I feel like it feels pretty fucking urban. You know? I'm just like, wow, I can't even see the horizon. But if I jump, I can see, like, a mountain in the distance. Isn't that cool? I actually need food, so. Where are these fucking zombies? So, down here, now we're getting into Greenville. I would say probably this is like the border. We don't really know where that building, what neighborhood it belongs to. So, that's full. As you can see, this is the dirt room. And this is just a little bit of a very vertical city. But no, we gotta, like, I don't want to just show the bullshit. Let's take the road. So yeah, you take the road out, and then you just leave Greenville. And this needs a name. This will be like its own little neighborhood, the inland too. Got some water over there. And this is the farm. Yep. Cool. So pro tip, not really a pro tip, but just for quality of life in Minecraft, I like to plant, like, complete stacks. So these are, each one of these are 64. So, like, this is a 8x4, so that'd be 64, right? Or a 4... So 60, so it'd be 4 by like 12 or something. 12, 12, 24. I'm bad at math. I think it's 16, because 16, 32. Yeah, so it's 16. This is an 4 by 16. All these are 4 by 16s, which each one of them takes, you know, like, I just planted half of it. I have 32 seeds. The reason why I like doing 64, like, farms, this is so fucking nerdy. The reason why I like doing this is because then you can just plant one of these, right? And then you have a farm, and you can just plant, so you use 64 earth to put it down. I like to do it in water, because then it's like, you know, you have free water. And you plant 64, and then you put down 64 seeds, and it's just an easy way to plant it out. But we need that for bread. So, bread. Let's get some music going. Because at this point, I feel like we've introduced the town. This is the main street over here. Got a little brick building going on. Got these townhomes. This is kind of like row housing, I guess. And then you just follow this street up. And you got more row housing. And then you got this street. And yeah, I just build things and kind of fuck off. But, you know, it's a life. So yeah, this main street just leads you back to another work in progress, but that one's done, right? This one's nice. You know, you can just hang out here and look at that. Wow, it's got like such a long staircase. What an aesthetic. Yeah, they should probably have another floor. I'm realizing that. But this shit's expensive. Clay's fucking expensive. That shit's hard to get. So that's what this looks like right now. They should get another floor, and then it'll be one more taller, and maybe it'll finally match up to the majesty that is this fucker. Look how tall that motherfucker is. That's that ceiling. That's that balcony that we were on. Oh wow, sun setting. This is a terrible place to fucking see it. But the sun sets on the kingdom. Anyways, so we're gonna just do some chores, put on some music and do some chores. But I want to build a. Oh, I locked myself out. Whoops. I want to do a. I want to build a lighthouse. So I collected some materials. I was put on some music, and we'll just get into that. We're gonna be listening to Adventure Through Thoughts, which is Koji Tavi's first piece. I love that piece. It means a lot to me. All this music means a lot to me. And we're just gonna chill out and end the week together. Also, shouts out Jenna, because yeah, appreciate the what was it called? Request. Well, not request, but here's more Minecraft. I just thought it'd be cool. Turn that down a little bit. Half volume? I think I probably played this before, but we're doing it again because it's fucking Minecraft. So the idea I have for this is I want to like, okay, so, oh yeah, I also want to get my first diamond pickaxe on the show, so that's another thing because I've done this entire world without using. Oh, that would be death. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. Fuck this. Cool. I don't think I wanted that one. Fuck my life. Don't build massive projects, kids. They're only gonna fucking disappoint you. Christ. Ah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Overshooting this way. I think it is overshooting this way. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So let's just do 7 because 7 is a lucky number. And I'm a gambler. Okay, so let's. How does that work? Yep, cool. So let's do down and over. That death? Don't you just love finding out what the fucking fall damage in Minecraft is? I really need to get into it. That's also why I need to get the pickaxe on stream, is because, like, yeah, I'm hurting for that pickaxe, huh? Yeah, I think 7x7 would be cool. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 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 How are we doing on time? Oh, we're rounding up. I fucking hate it when raiders and the wandering traveler come to my fucking house, because it's like, bruh, who the fuck invited you? You think I built all this shit just for you to fuck with me? Oh, buddy. Cool. See, so I think this is the yeah! Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm fucking good. Woo! Sorry. Whoa! Woo, buddy. Sorry. That was. I think I got adrenaline from that. That was sick. I wish it was a hardcore world or something now. Hey, come back here. Come the fuck back here. Oh, I can't see shit. Hey, buddy. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. I need this to continue to jump off roofs. Thanks. Oh, God, that wasn't enough. Fuck you guys. And you left me. Making me look at squid pussy? That ain't right. Should I just break up the leaves, maybe? Give me an apple or something. It's so creepy when the fucking winds open the goddamn... You know Lyle, regular poet. So that was no apples. I have to MLG Pro it again? Maybe if I go further out, they'll be less avoidant. Guys, I'm hungry. Let me eat you. Where are you? It's gonna be like the fucking harpoon guy in there. Oh, okay. See these fuckers, get out of here. What do you need? Can you not see that I am like literally busy, guys? I'm literally, I can't be bothered. Fuck you. Find your own middle thing to do. What the fuck do you need? Why are you bothering me? This is a crime against the whole fucking city-state, I hope you know. StoneBrick Rocket does not approve of fucking hooliganism like y'all do all the fucking time. But anyway, so we've got the tower mostly supported. These guys are gonna maybe try to kill me. Be on your way. Peace, namaste, guys. Fucking namaste. Peace be upon you. Be on your way. The fuck you looking at me for, guys? What, you gonna step? You gonna step? Come on, kid. You gonna step? What the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think he was gonna say shit. Oh, shit. Guys, get the fuck out of here. Weren't y'all like hanging out on my shit too? Fuck you. Now I gotta wash it because your stanky ass feet. Y'all probably don't even take off your shoes. I'm gonna build. I was gonna like end the episode, but like I'm gonna build just to flex on y'all. So shouldn't have rolled up to my part of town. I own this fucking everything. I have the fucking infrastructure. When's the last time you guys developed infrastructure, by the way? Raiders. When's the last time I saw you guys have a single infrastructure? Why are you swimming? This is why you need infrastructure. This is why you need a railway. You don't even have a fucking boat. Look, you guys need my boat? It's right over there or somewhere. Take my boat. Honestly, and I feel bad for y'all. Well, what time is it? It's about sundown, isn't it? Yeah. Are you guys getting closer to me? Oh no, that's just the POV, because I play on that Quake. You see, because you can see them on your peripheral. They're just floating there, menacingly. Why don't y'all be like a doll and get the fuck out of here? Do I have to hide? Look, I'm hidden. Lyle angrily fights teenagers on his lawn. Can I like cheese it? I'm cheesing it. Where are they going? They're just swimming out to sea. Is there another settlement or something? Are my raiders alright? This doesn't seem like normal raider behavior to me. Are they doing good? Is this like hard times? Are you looking at me, motherfucker? You guys gonna like stare back at me now? Or am I allowed to... Am I finally allowed to be on my own fucking property? Again, look at that. I built a roof. The fuck have you ever done? I hate raiders. Generally not a good time for me. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that off screen. I feel like we also kind of deserve just the little coming together of it, right? Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Why can't anything ever be simple? Okay. Okay. Nailed it. What are you talking about? I wasn't ever scared. I wasn't ever scared of fucking this up. Not once in my life, guy. Look at that. I can build a roof. You kidding me? I can build a roof with the best of them. I definitely should have been jumping on this tree instead of just wasting all of my health. But that's the thing about being lazy, guys. You're lazy. Cool. So I'll finish this up. Probably off screen. But there's my raiders. They're just moving on. Hunting fish, I guess. And we're wrapping up the show. So back to StoneBrick Rock. We'll just wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. This has been High Lit. Music by Koji Tavi. Obviously, love the kid, love the man, love the whole thing. I've known him for most of my life at this fucking point, so ain't that something? So yeah, basically, this is gonna be from one tower to the you know, the lighthouse over there. So that's like, you know, security to security. This is like going to be like the security line, and then this is going to be like a transport line to another like part of the city. Because basically the idea is to make everything very accessible. So that's why we have this map here. You know, it's like the food's right there. The food's right there. The neighborhoods. You know, this is all very navigable. There's like different routes you can take between all of them. And then this will be like its own little, you know, this is supposed to be highly navigable. And then out that, it's going to be like just the urban sprawl. I want to build a main street there. So like off between the section of these two, I want that to be the end of the main street basically. It just terminates in this garden, but it just shoots off there, and we develop that region. Obviously, I really like Wrath of Known. Maybe not obviously, but that's the case. But yeah, I like how urbanized we're getting here, because then I want that to be a garden. Like this is a garden. Those are all homes and stuff. So, but yeah, it's like let's just wrap that up. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We've got like 4 minutes left. Yep. Okay. We're just going until the end of the album. Okay. Let's clean up my inventory. I should just do the farm, honestly. What's the sun at? I don't even know. I'm at least grateful that they decided to raid that settlement. This is also the advantage of having... This is why I'm also diversifying my settlements. Is so that then it's like, if there's like some bullshit raid... Because the thing I hate about raiders is that if you kill them, they curse you. And it's like, bruh, I did not invite you. Like, look at this shit. You think you just were wandering around and you're like, oh, why are you here, bro? Get the fuck out of here. It's like, bruh, you didn't build none of this. This is a whole ass fucking town, and you're gonna try to kick me off my own property? Look at this shit, bro. I got like lighting. I've got aesthetic lighting on farms. I'm gonna open a farmer's market, and you're gonna be like trying to bully. Like, what the fuck? Because you got like 3 crossbows? Bruh. I use more of that. I have more steel in lanterns alone on this property. So, I don't know. Just ranting about my neighborhood issues in Minecraft. As you can see, these are just more chores. The chores are endless in this fucking game. This is literally chores, the video game. But I should possibly also put more lighting over there. If a creeper spawns, I'm gonna just turn it to peaceful. Fuck that shit. No, I won't. This isn't even that expensive of a build, so it's fine. I have everything to replace all of this. So I actually know I'm low on wood, so that's another thing, is that spruce farms are the best strategy in the game for making trees. Cool. So we'll just replant all those, and that'll be the end of the album. And that'll be the end of the stream. Cool. And that looks like that was the end of the record. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in for High Lit. This is StoneBrick Rock, which is my Minecraft world. I'm gonna finish the farm. So stick around for that if you want to do that with me. But yeah. So the idea behind this city is just to make something that's pleasant to hang out in. Also I have to build a diamond pickaxe to end the stream. But yeah, it's to just have, you know, like this sort of chill zone. I mean, like, look at that, right? That's like, it's not about making things that are efficient. It's not about making things that are like, you know, oh my god, this is like a fully automated fucking sci-fi farm. Like, for me, it's like there is something about Minecraft which allows for traditional urbanism, and it's just like really satisfying to like fucking like live in your neighborhood and have little chores. I guess this is like the Animal Crossing version of Minecraft. I also should make this a server. My friends want to be on it, but we gotta get everybody on the same fucking edition of Minecraft. Why isn't there crossplay? There should definitely just be crossplay. But anyways, welcome to Lyle Does Chores, the video. I don't know why this is so satisfying. I feel like we all get it, though. We all grew up in the same thing with this. It's like, it's unlimited Legos. You got a box that doesn't run out of Legos. This is crazy. This is a lot of work, though. It's definitely a better way to do this, but... I mean, the problem with making things more efficient in Minecraft is I think that things aren't really that punishing. So it's like this, yeah, sure, there could be a more efficient way, but just aesthetically looking at it and doing the work for the payoff is enough for me. And also I could just make something more efficient and leave this here, and like this is like, there's something about this that just looks very cool. In case you're wondering, everybody would know, but I use half slabs, or I use slabs for my walkways, which is why they can count as a slab and a water block. So technically all of these are touching a slab block that has water under it, which is why they're all planted. Omniscient never reveals his secrets, but also, you know, I feel like the point of StoneBrick Rock isn't to be impressive, but to just show you a way to, I don't know, experience the world and like give you a little alternative way rather than just being like, I don't know. Everybody plays this game differently. I play this game like I have a city to, like I have like city legislation. Like I literally think of like when I'm building a building and I'm like, so what is the floor plan? And I'm like, well, 4 is city ordinance, and it's like, because I do like the 4 block, and then it's like kind of like, it's like you have like a nice house if it's more than that. So that's like the general way I've been running this little city. Oh my god, we're almost done. That's so many fucking seeds. And that's already, oh I know that was planted a while ago, but that's, so now it's like you can see it's already fucking growing, and like that's cool, you know. I feel like this is pretty satisfying to just look at. So let's go bank, let's go make bread. got that 64, 64, 64. That's cool. Got that 64, 64, 64. Okay, cool. And let's just take this. Da, da, da. So yeah, I got 2 full stacks of bread off that, and we'll just dump all the seeds in here. So each one of these is one of those. So we got that many, but that would be, so if you like this farming model, I feel like you can just look at it and see what it is, especially if I explain the slabs. But so you got what? You've got 3, 3, so 6. This is a you've got a 8 farm model here. And let's see how many seeds did it get from really that one harvest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So that's you could double and a half this model. You can improve it. You could increase this by 1.5. So you could double it and then have half a double just from that one harvest alone. And it's already getting, like, you know, it's already growing more. So it's like, this is an exponentially increasing farm. It's just 64 dirt, 64 seeds. I really like this model. And for some reason, I like the aesthetic. I don't even know what I was going for, but I feel like it matches, kind of. Oh yeah, also this is like, it has like a pretty cool view of the city. So you can see like there's that house, there's that. But anyways, let's get that diamond pickaxe. And I'm sure you got shit to do with your weekend, so have fun. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday. And thanks for going through StoneBrick Rock with me. Oh, that's not my stuff. Come on. There we go. No, don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. What do I need? Oh, yeah. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's do that. And then we'll also get enchantments and all that shit. But I wanted to include you in my journey. So let's just do that. Do that. There we go. Cool. And let's do it the classic way, where you just get your diamonds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. First diamond pickaxe. That wasn't an achievement? What? I thought that was a thing. Well, that was the first piece of diamond that I had. Husbandry. I want a cat. Alright, so acquiring diamonds is one. Making diamond? Oh, okay. So there's one for steel. I guess, yeah, well, we can get obsidian still. Let's see. So, I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess that's what... There we go. We'll end it with an achievement. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking do it. Woo! We're gonna just diamond chest. There we go. There we go. Cover me with diamonds. Look at that. Look at that. So I don't even know what the skin is, by the way. I have no fucking clue. But there we go. Diamond. Wow. Wow. Anyways, tune in next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Highlight with Carlisle Fletcher. Great seeing you. Thanks for your attention span, and stay gold. What else do we have going on? Oh, please like, comment, and subscribe. Trying to do interviews next week. We're gonna try. Have a great weekend. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the things. Smash the like button. I don't fucking know. I'm high, but see ya.